This comment says, I have experienced that some light-skinned people are the most down for the cause. Let's talk about this. Now, this comment comes from a video that I did about why light-skinned people are fucking assholes. So let's talk about why it might appear that some light-skinned people and even biracial people seem to be the most, I don't know, pro-black and the most vocal about black issues. And before I even dive into this video, this is not me saying that you need to feel bad for light-skinned people and biracial people. Absolutely not, because unfortunately there is a skin color class system in the world. And even though I am a black person, I still do not experience racism to the same level as black people with darker skin, and especially black people who hit different intersections, LGBTQ plus, disabled, plus size. Within the black community, sometimes because of the fact that light-skinned people can be assholes, because of the fact that there is privilege in having lighter skin, sometimes in the black community, having lighter skin will get your blackness called into question. So how do a lot of us light-skinned people overcompensate for that? By proving that, hey, we want to be black. We love being black. We overcompensate by being super duper vocal about black issues. Now, that's not necessarily why I'm doing it. I genuinely love being black and am passionate about black issues. However, in response to this comment, that's where a lot of it can come from. And a lot of people have issues with people who are mixed talking about black issues. And again, like I said, if you look like a black person, you will get treated like a black person. Therefore, you have a right to talk about black issues. So much so that a lot of people who are mixed grew up and were lucky enough to have parents who didn't completely like turn their back on the black side of them and literally said, hey, the world is going to perceive you as black, so you need to identify as black. Holly Berry's mom did that with her. I had a woman that I used to work with whose son, she's white. Her sons are half black. Her husband is black. And she told them from a young age, y'all are black. You look black. The world will see you as black. You are black. So her children never grew up trying to pander to being white or whatever the case may be, because she braced them with the truth. So long story short, a lot of black people and mixed people feel the need to overcompensate, to say, hey, I'm not trying to run away from being black. I'm passionate about. They overcompensate by diving headfirst into being vocal about black issues and being very much pro-black. Now, black men, I tend to see this a lot with black men, not so much with black women, but coincidentally, I'm dating a white guy. But with black men, I see this so many times. Black men who can't stand black women at all, and they're always dating white women, they tend to pretend to be pro-black when they really don't give a fuck about black women at all. They're just doing that to save face because they know just what they look like walking around here shit-talking black women and only dating white women or Hispanic women, or what they would call exotic-looking women. They know it looks bad. They know it is bad. They know their motives for doing it is bad. So in order to try to trick people into thinking that that's not what it is, they tend to be super-duper uber pro-black. I think that a lot of times we as black people get lost in the sauce when we turn our back on our own people and say, you can't talk about being black. You can't talk about being black. You're not fully black, so you can't talk about being black. You're light, so you can't talk about being. We gotta stop doing that. Now, don't get me wrong. I just made a video about this. That's where this comment is from. There are a lot of light-skinned people who are fucking assholes, and they make being light-skinned their whole personality trait. Historically, light-skinned people, black people who were so light that they could be perceived as a white person, they were awful to their black family members and acted as if they were superior, turned their back on their whole families. The white passing black people would turn their back on their whole families so they could live a white life. Light-skinned black people who couldn't necessarily pass people that look like myself, you still know that I'm black, you know that I'm not white, would still act as if they were better than their family members who had darker skin. I know of a family who had a light skinned daughter, and they built a fence around their yard to protect their daughter from the other black kids in the neighborhood. And that's where you get light skinned people always being asked, once people get to know them, I thought you were a snob. Because historically, and even still presently, we be acting like some fucking snobs. So I totally get it. So, long story short, in a way, to prove that I'm not one of those snobs, whatever the case may be, or to make people believe that, hey, even though I hate black women, I'm not dating white people because I hate black women. I actually like black issues. Whatever the case may be, it's overcompensating because either you're doing something you know you're not supposed to be doing, or because you want to show other black people that, hey, I am not the light-skinned person that thinks they're better. I just want to be a part of the team. And I'm not saying that that people who have that particular reasoning are not genuine and they genuinely don't care, but they tend to be like super duper super vocal because of those reasons.